Hey, I'm the 13th Wolfman. This is part 2 of a top 20 countdown for subscriber of mine, Don. He lives in Cincinnati. He has a horror club. They sit around. They talk about horror movies. An actual college professor from the University of Cincinnati is involved in this too. I thought it was cool. So this guy gets hold of me and says, "Can you do a top 20, for my horror club?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Give me some time to get it together." I took some time. I got hold of Mama Wolf, my mother, and she did her version of the top 20. So let's pick up where I left off. I believe the number was 12. So on my number 12 is Day of the Dead. I love George Romero films. I do like Night of the Living Dead and Day of the Dead, pretty much the same, but unfortunately, when you do a top 20, you gotta cut some things to make room for some other things. So Night didn't make it, but Day did. Mama Wolf's number 12, Scream. See, now she's got Scream at 12, whereas I had it at 20. She liked it a little bit more. Actually, that's not really true. I just didn't know where to put it when I was going through the whole list and whatnot. So, all right. My number 11, Frankenstein, the 1931 Boris Karloff, Colin Clive, Elsa Lanchester classic. That's right. This is probably one of the best films ever made. At the time, it was called Frankenstein, a modern-day Prometheus. Because if everyone knows the story of Prometheus in mythology, Prometheus is the man that stole fire from the gods and gave it to man. Well, in Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein steals life, the creation of life, from God and created his own monster. So that's my 11. Mama Wolf's 11, Poltergeist. Yeah, buddy, Poltergeist was a cool film. I remember when this movie came out, she just had to go see it. It's another movie directed by Tobe Hooper that made the list, and how much of it's directed by Tobe Hooper is up for debate. We all know the story about whether or not Spielberg directed it or Hooper directed it, But we saw this when it came out on VHS. Had to get it. It was one of those movies that it was very cool, and it's so sad that Dominic Dunn and Heather O'Rourke and the guy that played the big Indian that was in the second one, everyone just kind of died. The only two people that I think are still alive that made that movie are Joe Beth Williams and Craig T. Nelson. Okay, so let's move on to number 10. My number 10, Suspiria. Suspiria, Dario Argento doing what he does best, freaking people out with a very simple story about a witch. And the color palette he has in the movie is just extraordinary. I mean, the blues are just blowing off the screen. The reds are as bright as could be. It's got probably one of the creepiest scores ever, So it doesn't have the creepiest score ever. That's my number 1. But yeah, it's a very, very cool film. It's definitely worth checking out. Mama Wolf. Mama Wolf's number 10 is The Omen. Yeah. Creepy kid film. Little kid thinks he's doesn't think, he is the devil's son, the Antichrist. It's one of the best films out there, You got Lee Remick, and then you got the crazy maid saying, "Damien, this is all for you," and hanging herself. Just some classic scenes. My favorite scene is when they actually dig up the body. They go to the cemetery and they dig up the body to look, and they find out that people that are supposed to be serving God killed his son just to give him the Antichrist. That's messed up. My number 9, The Exorcist. What else can you say? It's a great film with a great story. You know, I don't really have a lot to say about that. I mean, Linda Blair does her job. It's, I don't know. It's a really, really good movie. Mama Wolf's number 9, Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, it's more modern. Definitely worth checking out. It's a fun movie. It's a road horror film. You know, I mean, what can you say? My number 8, John Carpenter's Halloween. The most successful independent horror film at the time. I mean, there were no others. It just the guy only made it for like a small amount and turned a wicked profit. No one saw this coming. Directed by John Carpenter, written by John Carpenter, Deborah Hill, starring Jamie Lee Curtis, P.J. Souls, Nancy Loomis. You know, it's a very, very good movie, very well crafted, and yeah. So it's definitely my number 8. Mama Wolf's number 8, Wolf Creek. I had that at my 15. She has it at her 8. Yeah. Again, Crazy Mick Taylor in the outback in Australia doing what he does best, freaking people out. Number 7 on my list, Evil Dead. Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi. You know the story. They go into this cabin to have fun, just hang out during I think it's during downtime in college because they have all these college books, and they find the Book of the Dead. They find a tape recording where someone has recited stuff from the Book of the Dead. They play it, and it raises up the dead. I'm actually kind of looking forward to viewing the remake. I'm not gonna say I'm for it, but I've now seen the trailer in the theaters, and I'm kind of going, maybe it'll be worth checking out. No disrespect for the original, though. So, Mama Wolf's number 7, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. She loved it. She actually loves both versions, but the one that's on here, I know for a fact, is the new version. The 2011, I think it was what it was. One with Bailey Madison as a little girl, who did a great job in that movie, to be honest. Really felt sorry for that little girl. My number 6, now at my number 17, I had TCM. And at my number 6, I have, at number 17, I had TCM, the remake. At number 6, I have TCM, the original, 1974 Tobe Hooper classic. Yes, that is well worth having on my list. I mean, can't say enough about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, man. I mean, it is one of the best, horror films ever. Mama Wolf has at number 6, Dawn of the Dead, the 2004 remake. That was such a cool movie. They actually took a simple premise and they just kind of stretched it a little bit with adding more characters. Now that's what was kind of nice about the 2004 premise. So, this is part 2. I'm going to go do part 3 now. I'm the 13th Wolfman. I'm on the prowl.